Good day, everyone. It's a very beautiful afternoon out here, and I'm actually in a friend's house. But something came up to my mind, and I decided I just want to make a video and do a quick share of this video. You know, I was just sitting and thinking, and I was thinking of relationships with sex, and I decided to share something. I just completed my medical school 6 years, and I remembered 6 years ago when I went to the hospital to visit a friend of mine who also had some issues with relationship and relationship involving sex. She had some complications from an abortion she had few years before that time, and it's affected her female reproductive system, and she had to be operated upon and some part had to be removed. And while there in the hospital, I met a girl, a friend. She was named Abigail. Abigail was 23 or 4 years old then. We got talking in the hospital, and she was feeling very alright. Everything was fine with her that evening that my friend was admitted in the ward. And when we got talking, I got to discover that she was pregnant. She got pregnant, and she had to abort the child. And after the abortion, she had this sepsis, post-abortion sepsis. It's a blood infection that normally comes up when toxins or let me say like poisons are being released into the blood and leads to some kind of infections and problems and everything. So she was admitted in the hospital a week before my friend came in, and she was already being treated. Everything was already fine with her. She was even already discussing with her mom how they will be discharging her the next day. But that night, everything just went wrong. I was there very well. I was there that night when she started seizing. She got into, she lost consciousness several times. They always tried to revive her back. The nurse tried to revive her back. She was there. She could not talk. She was looking at her mom with tears in her eyes. She happened to be the only child of her mom, and she was just there looking at her mom, and before we know it, she was gone. She was gone. They tried to call the doctor's attention. It took a lot of time to get the doctor to come over. Before the doctor could come, she was just long gone. And I don't know why I was just thinking about it today. This was the only child of her mom. She died, and that night there was just one nurse. It was just only one nurse in the ward. The mom had to even assist the nurse to pack her own child to the morgue. So I was just thinking of it today, that there are a lot of issues with relationships and sex. You know, sex can be a very sweet thing and sweet to have in relationship, but it's very important for people to know how to handle this sex thing in a relationship, because the only reason why a lady will not want to let go when her heart is broken is probably what she has shared. And most times they always make reference to the sex they've had with the man, and that's one of the reasons why most people don't just want to believe that it's over. After all I've given to him, that's all what they always say. After all I've given, after all I've shared with him. You see, there are so many complications I can say that comes with sex in relationship. It has to do with the conscience. The natural conscience that just makes you feel something is not right, that makes you feel like you're sharing a part of you with this person and getting you attached to someone. Sex is good in relationship because it brings bond, it strengthens the relationship. That is, if that relationship is already confirmed. That's why it's very important in marriage to, for the sex issues to be straight, and the couples are, enjoying themselves and enjoying the sex. But when it's coming up in a relationship, then now ladies start having problems, issues that they can no longer handle. You're beginning to suffer some pains and hurts, and the girl is beginning to feel that she's sleeping with him, and yet probably is even sleeping with somebody else out there. They start questioning the trust in the relationship, and this is just about the conscious part of it, and also the health implication. Like I just talked about the girl I met about 6 years ago, Abigail. The health implications of having sex during relationships. it's not everybody that can handle it. And it hurts me to talk about this topic, because these days you find a lot of young people, young ladies, young men just going into sex. You've not sat to think about the implications that comes with having sex in this relationship. Some relationships this day, immediately they get into the relationship, they are already having sex. They're already thinking about it, they're already doing it. Why don't you sit to calculate and ask yourself, can I bear the consequences of my actions before engaging into this thing? You know, when you start talking about you're matured enough to handle sex in marriage, in relationship, then you should be able to ask yourself, can I also handle the implications that comes with it? It's not just by saying I can now start having sex. Can you actually handle the complications, the problems that will come with this sex? Can you handle when the guy is breaking up with you? Can you handle the breakup when you two are not having sex? When you two have been having sex, can you still handle breaking up with him and not feeling any sad? You know, and also the social implications. Many ladies start to feel like segregated when they've had sex with someone and is breaking up with them, especially when he's now going out with somebody else or getting married to somebody else, or maybe if the person even happens to be their friend or someone they know. You know, these things need to be talked about, and it needs to be put into a very good consideration. If you're still young out there and you're in a relationship, you need to ask yourself, do I really want to involve sex in this relationship? Many people think not having sex in a relationship is just because of the spiritual aspect, probably maybe the religious thing. It's not about the religious thing, it's about you. It's about you yourself. Can you handle the sex, the problems that comes with sex? There are a lot of issues with sex in a relationship. Are you sure you're ready for it? Can you take it? Can you stand it? These are the questions you should ask yourself before you start having sex in a relationship. Health implications is not just about getting pregnant. Some ladies say they are very smart, they can get pregnant. It's not just about getting pregnant. How about infections? I am a medical doctor by profession, and I know certain infections that a lady can get without you even knowing that you are carrying this particular infection. You don't know that you're carrying a particular maybe virus or bacteria in your body, but by means of having several sex partners, you get to have it. And some of these viruses later on in life, they predispose you to even getting cancer. So now imagine when you get married and you're now having problems, maybe problems with your female reproductive system, a particular cancer that is taking your life or affecting the babies you'll be having in your womb, and you will not get to know about it now. So it's not even just always about the moral aspect, which is also important. You have to have respect for your body. You have to have respect for your body and who you share it with. It's a moral conduct. It's not a religious thing. It's a thing that has to do with you. Now this is the reason why these things need to, you really need to think about it. You really need to think about it. And if you've been sexually active, I encourage you to check yourself. You need to check yourself. Just go and do a lot of tests to be sure everything is fine with you. If you're a lady, you should constantly do the pap smear. It's called pap smear. When you get to your clinic, you can ask them you want to do a pap smear, check your status, check everything, be sure everything is fine with you, and the man also. And if you've not been having sex in a relationship and you have your reasons, then very well, you should still stick to that. And when you know you are ready, when you know and know very well that you're ready to handle sex that comes in a relationship, then you can make up your mind that you want to. And probably is also encouraged to protect yourself. Protect yourself. Don't get carried away by the feelings and the fire and the emotions that comes with the present time that you two are in or you'll be in. Just try to make sure you protect yourself. And just to keep yourself safe and fine, we have to care for ourselves as ladies, and the men too. You have to care for yourself and be sure you're not hurting someone out there. You're not hurting another lady out there. It's just a very important. It's just something that came to my mind this afternoon, and I just wanted to share it with each and every one of us. And I hope you learned something, because when I speak, I also try to learn from my videos also, because most times I go back to watch my videos, and also I allow it to speak to me too, because I am not, of course, beyond correction or beyond checking myself out too. So thank you very much. Like I said, I'm in my friend's place. I just excused myself to do this short video, and I look forward to your likes, your comments. And if you want to send me messages, you can check me out on Facebook, Queen Esther Adeyemo on Facebook. Send me messages. Check my page on Facebook, Hepzibah. You can check the word Hepzibah on Facebook. I have a page on Facebook. You can share something with us there, and we'll be able to get back to you. Thank you very much. Thank you.